this is another video for those of us that are non-mechanics and learning our trucks. I discovered an issue the other day where it seems like I'm not regenning while I'm driving, and then when I use an OTR tool to see this, because for whatever reason the day before it doesn't read it the same. But on the OTR tool, as you can see, if you look at the item that shows SCR intake temperature, that's not supposed to be 3155. It's supposed to be more in the range of what you see close to SCR outlet temperature. From the material I found, it looks like when it reads that temperature, the sensor's basically shorted. It's no good. It's reading a high temperature, which in turn affects your regen on either end. It's a risk too, from what I understand. You could actually blow your system up if you don't change it out soon enough, and all that carbon catches fire with the fuel, and it injects too much fuel. So it may vary on the symptoms, but if you have the OTR tool, which I have, and I use it quite frequently just to check the live data, because it gives me a different look than the day before does. But definitely that SCR intake temperature is no good. The sensor is no good. So the replacement for that, it's actually one piece but four sensors on it. And this is the replacement part right here, which, you know, what it's called is an exhaust gas temperature sensor. It says it like that, but it's all the sensors that go off basically your EPF system on the rear with your SCR and everything. So you got, some people call that the brain box, and then it's got three sensors off of one side and one sensor off the other side. And where these are, is the easiest way to get to it is to go on your passenger side of your vehicle, which I'll go ahead and order now. Go around your passenger side, take the step off, and you'll see your whole DPF system basically. As you can see, there's one of the sensors. The other three are on the back side of this unit. But that brain box is actually right here. There it is. As you can see, you got one sensor off that side, and you got three coming off the other side. It's real simple, straightforward. I've seen one recommendation: make sure you mark, chase each wire, mark where the sensors go, so when you put the new one in, it's easier to put in, because each one of these are different for different functions. And as you see, it's just cutting zip ties. And then when you're actually taking these sensors out, you want to be really careful. If you can't get it to come loose initially by just turning lefty to the left, give it a little turn to the right, and usually that helps to break up, to unseize it to where you can turn it and loosen it up. You just spin these off, the sensors lift out, and you just replace them in, and that's it. It's good to go. That's all I got for this one. Get to work and see what happens. I'll take it easy, non-mechanics.